Hey there, Libra. I hope you guys are doing really well. Um, I'm going to go ahead and get into a reading for the second week of February. It's almost the third week, so I'm a little late, but better late than never. We're going to start out with Oracle energy, your family, your community, health, finances and career, relationship connections. This does not have to solely be romantic, it can be platonic friendships, however you are experiencing that in your life. What you don't see coming. And I will also say, Libra, that it's important to, if you're interested, it might be important to check out your rising sign video, the video for your moon sign, your Venus sign, even your Mars sign. So just consider that. Okay, let's get into this, Libra. So for truth, this energy, I'm just going to read it from the book. Be honest with yourself and speak from your heart. Find your truth. Listen for what is sincere and honest in others. One of the most difficult things to know is what's true for you and what isn't. Sometimes it takes sincere silence to find your inner voice of truth, but once you find it, let go of anything in your life that isn't authentic. Share your truth with others. Release relationships in which you can't be yourself and cannot be real. Being genuine can allow your spirit to fly and the song of your soul to be heard in the universe. So it's asking for you to embrace authenticity, no matter how difficult that might be. And I'm very sorry for the glare here. It's late, and I actually I forgot to do your reading when I was doing all the other readings. As I was like transitioning from Scorpio to Sagittarius, I was like, have I missed somebody? Yes, I missed Libra. So, hi, Libra. Anyways, stepping into authenticity, being able to be that for yourself and your world. To start this reading out with your family and community, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So, um, I do want to say for some of you, this is a call to become more self reliant, especially if we have ties and associations with family where it's like we might be dependent on them, dependent on security. Maybe we depend on their finances for our benefit. This could also be family members or friends in your life being dependent on you. It may be time to speak your truth, or it may be time for you to hear somebody speak their truth towards you regarding that level of independence that we might be needing to seek. It doesn't mean that they don't care about you. It just means it's time for you or somebody to spread their wings and become more efficient and self reliant. Okay. This is a very good opportunity for claiming space in your own life to create what you want. This is all about putting your focus towards one thing at a time and achieving things one thing at a time. Okay, so be careful or be mindful that progress is slow, but it is attainable. It just requires your effort and energy and your devoted focus to situations. Again, though, if you already know that somewhere in your life, maybe you are reliant upon somebody for either a resource or support of any kind, and maybe it feels like it's time to take the training wheels off. It's time to take back our own power and become self sufficient. It's time. All right. And if you feel that somebody in your life is like needing to have that conversation because they're relying too heavily on you, if they're not a child, or an adult child who's relying too heavily on a parent, it might be where we need to lovingly cut the cord. Regarding your health energy, you have the Four of Swords here. This is actually a wonderful card for health, Libra. Have I been calling you Leo? Libra. The Four of Swords is about recuperation. It's about healing. It's about taking time to regenerate the physical body, the mental body. This is about taking a pause so that we can, if you're being inundated with like mental stress and like mental gymnastics and it's just really hard to focus, you just may need to take time for yourself to kind of regroup and recalibrate here, because overwhelm is definitely a real thing, and it can have a effect on our physical body, not only our mental body. So take the time that you need if you are overwhelmed mentally to regroup, reconvene with you and be available for that. The Four of Swords is also the card that follows the Three of Swords. So with the Three of Swords, you have an energy that can often be suggestive of emotional disturbance, heartbreak, heartache, situations that were painful, that were difficult, that are no longer in our lives. The Four of Swords can indicate where it's like we are now assimilating to a single life. This is a singles card, the Nine of Pentacles. I can be self-sufficient on my own, but it may be a situation where it's like I know we're talking about romantic energy or relationship energy, but whatever it is, whatever difficulty, hardship, imbalance we've had here, it's almost as if we're like finding a meditative place, finding peace. If you look at this person, the shadow of them, they are in lotus position on the shore of the sand and the beach, right? The dark clouds are still there, but water indicates emotions, our emotional body. Here we're actively seeking peace, we're actively seeking stillness, and we're integrating and we're accepting that solitarity energy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just how you view it. So as far as health is concerned, this is you actively giving yourself peace, giving yourself rest, taking time for your own needs because they do matter. And, you're the one that has to fill your own cup. So this is very healthy, very important for you to do. And if you're having difficulty finding the time to give to yourself, make the time, okay? You have Temperance here, and so this is another active energy of making the time to heal, to regenerate, to find peace and equilibrium within your own personal existence, okay? It's your responsibility. A lot of us forget that we have responsibilities to ourselves, okay? With your career, your finance, this is Temperance. So this is finding balance and equilibrium in your situation, whether it be work, whether it be whatever you do. There's needing to find common ground with others. There's needing to also recognize maybe where we are overextending ourselves, or like maybe we're seen as very competent in what we do, but with that competence comes the assumption that people can just pile more and more and more onto your plate, which can actually be really unfair to you. And so it's saying, I speak my truth. I am authentic in my words when I can tell somebody, I've reached my limit. I'm done. I can't take any more. Please don't put any more on my plate. Here we want to be in balance. We want a sense of harmony in our inner world and also our relationships in work. Okay, so you're the one that has to actively create that, especially if people are kind of assuming that you're going to fill more roles than maybe you signed up for. It feels very much like, oh, Libra can do that. Libra can do that. And it's like, well, maybe Libra doesn't want to do that. Maybe Libra's really tired, right? Maybe Libra's been dealing a lot on their own in their own life, and they just kind of need to have peace, right? So speak up for the peace that you need and seek it out, make it happen, okay? Either way, though, in finances and career, this can also indicate where maybe you're actually in a new position, or a position where it's like there's a better sense of balance and a better sense of connection. You feel like you have equal footing here, especially if there's been some sort of like feeling like you've been in the past, perhaps like in positions that didn't honor you, or that left you feeling lackluster, or like just a cog in the wheel. At least here in this space, it can indicate that there's some level of balance being achieved here, Libra. For your relationship connections, whether they be romantic or platonic, you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, here's truth. Here's balance and equilibrium. This is Temperance. All right. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse indicates where we are repeating cycles that are not really healthy or beneficial to us. It's kind of avoiding the reality and outcomes that are in favor of situations that are more comfy, or they don't challenge us, or maybe we're willfully ignorant to things because they're difficult to take on. Here with the Wheel of Fortune, it's saying if you don't make that course correction, you bear to repeat the same lessons in different ways, whether they be less or more drastic or not, but the Wheel of Fortune in reverse says, stop perpetuating the cycle. By perpetuating the cycle, you are limiting your opportunities. It's like blocking blessings types of energy. So if you are single and you are looking to date, if you're looking to connect, I would say it's important for you to be very mindful in how you go about viewing people, like in the ways that you have. Maybe you've had really difficult times in relationships, or maybe you've perpetuated behavior that consistently gives you negative outcomes in relationships. Here, through honesty, through truth, through authenticity, and also by the seeking clarity and balance, you're able to kind of get down to the nuts and bolts of why we do these things. Maybe we have to go way back into our internal world and be honest with, like, why do I make the decisions I do? Why do I treat myself the way I do? Why do I keep finding partners that keep doing this one thing? And yeah, it's a different partner each time, but they all end up doing the same thing. You're the common denominator, Libra. You're the one that needs to look at why I keep choosing these same partners, why I keep choosing these same lessons, these same experiences showing up in different flavors with different people, right? So within that, if you're entering into the dating world, be mindful of your mindset, okay? If you are meeting people and you're kind of getting triggered, pay attention to the trigger. The trigger is the truth behind why we're experiencing that feeling. You can't just gloss over it and be like, oh, okay, well, let me just keep on. Let me just make accommodations. Let me just enter into the situation and we hope that things will be better. This is asking for you to be very clear in how you engage with people in the future, because the Wheel of Fortune in reverse says you are destined to bear the same situation over and over again if you don't take active control of how you view things and how you experience things. It's how you show up, it's how you speak, it's the narrative that you continue to talk about, or like the storyline that you continue to talk about. If you have the internalized view of a victim, and so it's like you view yourself as a victim, everything's wrong, everybody's wrong, they're always mean, they're always shitty, it's never me, it's always them. You have to figure that out, because you, again, are the common denominator in these experiences that you have. So take some accountability. I love you. This is harsh, altruistic, mystic, commentary here, but it's harsh and it's real. Like, don't put your head in the sand. It's not about ostrich logic. What do ostriches do? When they come into conflict with external forces in their world, an ostrich will plug its head in the sand and it can't see anything. I don't see it. The problem's gone. But guess what? That big ostrich and that big ostrich ass is sticking straight up in the air. Maybe you can't see it, but everybody else does. Pay attention to what you're not looking at. Pay attention to your willful ignorance. It's keeping you away from what you actually want. So if you're venturing into the dating world, be introspective about what you've experienced and be willing to change the experience and outcome so you can have better in your life. For those of you who are in existing relationships, marriages, however you want to slice it, the Wheel of Fortune is, again, bearing to, experience a lot of the same stuff. This can be difficulty in communication with a partner, where it's like you're not like on the same page and you're both working against. It's like being at cross purposes, working against yourselves. This is also not resolving issues between us, not finding harmony and balance, when like all it really does require is to have like clear-cut communication and honesty. But it's more so that ostrich logic, like, I don't want to look at it, I'm going to be willfully avoidant to it, I'm going to be willfully ignorant, I'm going to blame other people. If you have a partner that's doing that, Libra, it's your job. I mean, you're right here. It's your job to step in and say, hey, listen, I love you, but like, if we can't resolve this, or if we can't be in harmony and in tandem with each other, we're gonna have to figure something out, maybe even on our own. So, here we just keep perpetuating cycles that we've already been in time and time and time again, when the reality of it is, by honesty and truth and introspection, that is how you bring harmony. It's not going through the motions and slogging through the crap and, like, bearing to repeat the same lessons. Like, you actively have to engage with your partner and speak your truth and be very honest in how things are not coming to fruition or things have been haywire. And instead of like blaming life, blaming each other, blaming external circumstances, sure, they may have like played a part, but again, you're the common denominator. You get to change it. So with a couple, if you're in a relationship, be clear about that and be clear about how you're actively choosing to change your circumstance and situations. With what you don't see coming, you see the Queen of Swords. This can be, the first word came to me was assistant. So I don't know if maybe some of you are going through getting assistance in some sort of, like, maybe even marriage counseling or connection counseling, whatever. This does not have to just be like that type of connection or situation. The Queen of Swords is somebody who is very clear and direct and professional in how they communicate. So can be a professional that you're seeking help from. This can also be a mediator. This can also just be a very dear friend or family member that is going to tell you it straight. They're going to tell you it straight, and they're not going to give you a chaser. It's just like blunt honesty and truth. And here we have this truth card. So some sort of communication that helps to restore balance and understanding, and how things can actually like change moving forward, or how you can change something moving forward. I almost feel like this is seeking counsel here for whatever is going on here. Especially if you are newly single from an existing like long-term relationship, this may be like seeking counsel on how to manage funds, how to manage your life, just kind of help in that regard, because sometimes we need it. So that's what I have for you, Libra. Stand in your truth, be authentic, be within your own personal sense of power and understanding of what that truth is, because it is what molds and shapes your life, so be genuine in your experience here. And any pitfalls you feel need clearing up, do that. Okay. I love you guys. I hope that this reading is helpful. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, and go ahead and reach out to me if you want to for a personal reading. My information is in the description box below. Take care, Libra. Bye-bye.